friends, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about the Renaissance Fair, again, because I love talking about the Renaissance Fair. Today I get to visit with my friends Diana and Devin from Shunyata. They are both award-winning, talented, beautiful world fusion dance artists. Devin Alfather is a local transnational fusion and theatrical dance artist based out of Austin, Texas. Diana Soto is a theatrical and fusion dancer. She likes dancing on the edge of fusion and cabaret belly dance, keeping a clear connection to Arab roots and feeling, while departing to explore the many branches and possibilities of this dance. Devin will be sharing with us her very personalized Renaissance Fair performer survival bag. And Diana has a very special sparkly guest that she will be introducing as she gives us a couple tips on how to prepare for and survive the Renaissance Fair. These tips are obviously partial to Texas. Devin and Diana have just finished their first season with the troupe Shunyata, based out of Houston. And so a lot of the information you're getting is not only for Ren Fair performance in particular, but in this particular geographical setting and climate. Both Devin and Diana currently teach online, so I will link all their information below as far as where you can catch them for classes, performances, and future opportunities to dance with them. Currently, Shunyata is scheduled to perform at the Texas Renaissance Festival starting in October and running through the fall. So I know that some Ren Fair tips that I have, my favorite time to decompress, especially when it was pretty hot outside, is when I got to go sit in my car and redo my makeup and gulp some water down. But if you've been doing the Renaissance Fair for a long time, then you have a tried and true method. You have a place to go to cool down and refresh yourself before the next performance, which sometimes is only really like 20 or 30 minutes of downtime. I know that it is always important to have not only makeup glue, but costuming glue and sewing kit. Those are essential regardless of how extensive your time performing at the Ren Fair is, because something's gonna break or fall off. So let's take a look at Devin's gig bag.
Hello there, this is Devin Alfather. I am going to be showing you guys what's in my TRF Performer Survival Kit and things that I bring with me and extra tips and tricks that I wish I would have had my first year dancing with Shunyata at the Renaissance Fair. The very first thing that I'm going to show you is what's called a period passing bag. You're going to hear me use that phrase a lot. What I mean by period passing is that it looks as if it could have come from somewhere between the 13th and 16th centuries from a distance. Like if you get up close, you're not fooling anyone. It's clearly a bag that I thrifted from a thrift store from the 70s. But the idea is that you're not going to be showing any things like zippers. We're not back then. You can see I've taken the liberty of like darkening the brass. The super bright metals and alloys were not available back then. It would have been done out of things like pot metal, coin silvers, nickels, except for the extremely wealthy. So if you're playing a character at the Renaissance Fair and it's appropriate for you to have gold or silver trappings on your bags and equipment, that's totally fine. I also want to take my water and my makeup, my touch-up stuff, emergency medications if you have those. I just take aspirin with me, or bandages and Neosporin. Like, you never know. Bug spray, suntan lotion. The next thing that I'm gonna show you is this guy right here. I'm so proud of it, you guys. I'm absurdly proud of this. You're gonna wanna have some kind of period passing vessel. Your costume is expected to be period appropriate. Your shoes are also expected to be period passing. So again, start looking early, look at your thrift stores. Might be walking from the campsite maybe over a mile, 2 miles to your place for the day, for your destination. I am a filthy heathen and dance barefoot. So the soles of my feet are like leather at this point. So it's not something that I really worry about too hard, but I don't advise living this way. This came from Amazon. This is a continuous mister. I'm going to show you what it does. Are you ready? I don't know if you can hear that, but it sprays a very fine continuous mist. Those first few weekends of fair, if you're working in Texas, the temperature could be upwards of 100 degrees and you're going to be dancing in maybe 5 to 10 pounds of leather, brocade cloth, and jewelry, especially if you're a fusion dancer out there. And it's gonna get hot. You're gonna be uncomfortable. Just allow yourself to work through the discomfort, embrace it as part of the experience of fair. And this of course can help alleviate some of your temperature sadness. You're going to be sweating like it's part of your job. So make sure that you bring additional makeup wipes, things that you can, sort of reset everything in between each show. The next item I'm going to show you is just a swath of fabric. This is what I think can be a really cost-effective solution for dancers that don't have very fancy cover-ups. So when you're going to and from your performance pavilion or your stage, wherever you're supposed to be, it's going to be appropriate and important to wear a cover-up. And again, period appropriate. If you do not have a period appropriate cover-up, you can simply use a swath of fabric. I would also look into getting yourself a big giant woolly poncho or some kind of woven blanket that you can wrap yourself in the morning, because some mornings in fair it's going to be very chilly, and if you're going to pop into 600 million backbends and splits and single leg splits in a row, you're going to want to be warm on your way to the stage. So just look into seeing if you can't get some of those things. Again, period appropriate. They're not as super strict about what colors you use, although it is, you're more likely to have a period passing piece if it's in the earth colors, earth family of colors, the earthy color family.
Thanks, Devin. I love that cake bag. I need one. Moving right along, we are going to visit with Miss Deanna and her special guest to get a few very important tips from her on performing at a Renaissance festival. So without further ado, here's Deanna.
Hi there, this is Deanna Soto from Shunyata Belly Dance Company, and I am here today with my buddy, Josefinito. Josefinito, say hi. Hola, amigos! I forgot he doesn't really speak English. Josefinito está bien, no hay problema. But it's no problem, as long as he can ask for tacos, I think we're good. Today, we're going to talk to you, both of us, about tips for Ren Fair. Let's keep him somewhere around here, appeased. You'll get tacos soon, don't worry. So last year, I had the privilege to join Shunyata, renowned dance company by Sylvia Salamanca, for the Texas Renaissance Fair. And it was amazing, absolutely spectacular. But there was one thing that really surprised me. First of all, I thought I was in shape as a full-time artist. The Ren Fair surprised me. It is really, really intense. You're performing 4 or 5 shows a day, 2-3 days in a row. So we're talking something very, very, very demanding physically. So I learned a couple of really useful tricks in terms of nutrition and keeping your body in tip-top shape. You really need to think about hydration, especially in the Texas heat. It's not enough to be drinking water or even a Coke. I would say you need your electrolytes, all right? Do not joke with this, do not mess with this. Pick whatever flavor you like. There are so many sport drinks out there, but in my case, I calculated how many Gatorades I needed per day, and then how many weekends I would be dancing at Ren Fair, and I did the math for that in a beautiful little Excel sheet I had, and from there I calculated how many Gatorades I needed for all of Ren Fair season, and then I ordered a cheap ton of Gatorade from Amazon, and it was way cheaper than just getting drinks at Ren Fair whenever I got thirsty. So I got to stay healthy and I got to save money, because you don't wanna spend all your hard-earned tips getting drinks at Ren Fair. So some forward planning would be really helpful. Eso es correcto, okay? So front load the work. And second tip has to do with audience interaction. So how do we engage the audience? How's it being done? Apart from deep penetrating looks, those are always nice, I would suggest that you start scoping the audience even slightly before the show or from the beginning of the show. So for example, in my case, I had a solo that was very much dependent on audience interaction, and I had a couple of games I had to play with the audience, but my solo was like the 5th number in the show. So from the very first number, even from when we were outside hustling and trying to get people inside, I would start scoping out the audience and thinking who would be a good partner for each of my gags in my solo, who looks a little bit more fun, who looks a little bit more reserved. Sometimes you want somebody a little bit more reserved, and I would start gauging that from very early on and building a relationship with that person. Just a couple of like smiles here and there, like a wink, yeah, I know we're enjoying this. Yeah, just connecting with them softly to test that relationship. Be sure that that person is responsive and that they want to be engaged with. And then by the time my solo comes and I have my beautiful joke with them, they are ready for me. They're waiting for my attention. They want it. When it comes to audience interaction, keep your radar open even before you have to do the audience interaction. And the beauty of Ren Fair is that many people come more than once, so you can actually build relationships, so to speak, with your audience. If you see them again at the second show, then you have even more material to play with. So that's my advice. Thank you. Bye.
All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to be linking Shunyata's information, Deanna's, and Devin's all down below. Feel free to give them some monetary love. This way you can check out their classes, upcoming performances, and the Shunyata Renaissance Festival schedule. If you have any questions about today's video, or you have any tips for us on Renaissance Fair performing, please go ahead and comment below. If you like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to my channel so I can continue to make videos like this for you. You can also hit that notifications bell so you can get updates every time there's a new video, which is every week. Thanks so much, guys.